Yeah, I don't think it's possible for one person to kill a president, a sitting president of any country, really. It would have to be orchestrated by a group of people. Now, that said, this does not mean that the conspiracies are true. There's enough data and information that's come out over the decades. It doesn't even really matter that these files got released. There's enough information that came out that kind of narrowed it down to a select group of people that probably worked together because they had a shared goal to take this person out and push the country in a different direction, which actually worked. That was kind of the big picture, right? It was America was going one way. America was doing excellently. It was post World War II. The economy was booming. It had just coming out of the 50s, and the 50s was like the most prosperous and greatest decade in American history. Still is till this day, by the way. It was a time when people were much happier. They had a lot more faith. They had a lot more trust in their government, and it was just a really different time. There was, way less crime. People were so much more humble and just got along with each other, and really just people were living great lives in the 50s. And then there was this push to take the country in a different direction. But JFK was like the sole person in the way of that at that time. He was trying to kind of bring the country back in many ways to even better days, trying to do things like restore the currency, like what's happening now in America, where he was trying to bring the money back to the Treasury Department and away from the Federal Reserve. He was trying to go after the mafia and take them down. He was trying to do many, many different things. And don't get me wrong, he made mistakes. He wasn't a perfect president. At the time, he was a Democrat. He was trying to do a lot of things. And simultaneously at that time, the CIA was doing secret experiments. They were working with the whole MK Ultra thing and testing drugs out on people. And then, shortly after he gets assassinated, all of a sudden you have the British invasion, the Beatles come in, the hippie movement begins. Now everybody's doing drugs in America. College campuses, the government and the CIA were actually involved. They were working with the students, beta testing LSD and drugs like that on them, and that eventually made it into the communities. And that's where you get the drug epidemic that started in the 60s and 70s at a peak today with fentanyl. So it just kept growing and growing over time and getting worse and worse. You had so many different things. It all kind of came to fruition right after JFK died.